bienvenue sur ma chaîne. Welcome to my channel. Good evening, my lovely lumières. I am so happy that you can join me for another video. I went out and got this book. I purchased it at the Dollar Tree. And I found it quite interesting because it says the Brainstorm. And the coolest thing, can you guess? On the back it says, sometimes you've just got to work it out. Unwritten by Linda Ragsdale, illustrated by Claudio Molina. Can you guess? That's right, there's absolutely no writing. And that is why it says unwritten. So I guess the idea is by Linda Ragsdale, and it enables imagination, which I think a lot of kids lack today. iPad generation lacks imagination. I'm a millennial, so I grew up with imagination, but I fear that even I've lost some, because we are the generation that kind of, the digital age, kind of grew up with technology as it has developed from the beginning, basically. First phones, like cell phones and stuff, and first consoles and whatnot. But anyway, I found it a very cool concept. I've never had a book without words before, and I love the illustration. Kind of reminds me of books when I was a kid. So anyways, you're supposed to just make shit up to go with the story, so we will do just that, okay? Oh yes, cannot forget to moisten the fingers. I like the way this book smells. It's got these shiny, thick pages. Look. Okay, I'm just going to make this up as I go along. One day, as little Timmy was sleeping, he was abruptly woken up violently by this turbulent, jarring alarm clock. Ding, 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 ding. It pissed him off so much there was a heavy black cloud forming above his head. He was angry, his eyebrows upturned, and he was like, what the fudge? It woke him up like an iPhone. And we all know what that is like. It was so loud that even the lamp was about to end it all by jumping off the edge of the drawer. Because he was woken up in such an abrupt and jarring way, his whole day seemed like it was just spiraling downhill. This heavy, black, angry cloud just hovered over his head. Even when he was off to do what he needed to do, to pack his bag for school, this cloud would not go away. Even though he tried to put his hoodie on, it was just migrating everywhere, in his clothes, all over his head. Could not get rid of it. It was starting to just spiral everywhere, just like his anger and his frustration. He even tried to stuff it in his bag. He was just desperately trying to get rid of it. He was so upset even when he got to school. It had spread to all his poor unsuspecting classmates, they all had this black cloud just migrating and spreading all around. They were so shocked and upset by it all, and they couldn't get rid of it. It was just growing and growing, and he was spreading his misery to all his classmates. Poor Timmy. It grew and grew and grew to almost 50 times its original size from the morning, and he was trying to stuff it in his locker, but he couldn't. It's kind of like trying to stuff a laundry bag full of clothes, and it just does not have the capacity. So it kept spilling out the sides, and he was desperate to get rid of it, and he couldn't. And look, a boy, unsuspecting, another classmate, was just walking past him, and that angry storm cloud latched onto him unknowingly. And look at this little evil monster here in the corner, stuck on someone else's locker, was almost grimacely looking at him, with this grimacing smile in his pointy teeth, like, ha ha ha, the angry storm cloud got you as well. Timmy's angry cloud of misery started to take over the entire school. Poor Johnny over here was playing basketball, and he was tripping all over it. And then here's little Billy and Caleb all playing, and they just couldn't play anymore because this angry cloud was getting in the way. It was just all over the place and causing absolute havoc. And then poor little Angela over here just got absolutely smothered by it. She couldn't see, and just whirled all around her face. People couldn't even recognize who she was. The PE teacher was so upset by him bringing this misery cloud to school that he kicked poor Timmy out. Get out! Look what you've done! Finally, at the end of the day, after causing absolute chaos at his whole school and dragging everyone down, him and his angry little cloud, storm cloud, went on their way home. Then Granny was there. Good old Gran. He said, "Nana, look at this storm cloud. It's ruined my entire day, and I've lost all my friends, and plus I'm tripping all over it, and it keeps growing and growing. I do not know what to do. Help me." And with a smile, she sat down, got out her 2 trusty knitting needles that she got during the war while her husband was away. And as Timmy just continued to be angry, his little storm cloud kept growing, and she used it like a spool of yarn and started to knit. And she thought, wow, this angry little misery cloud makes really good yarn. Eventually she kept knitting and knitting and knitting, that she made Timmy an entire onesie out of his little misery, well, his huge misery cloud. But it reduced the misery cloud, but he still had one growing. It was just reduced in size, and he was wearing the rest of it that his nan made him. Timmy was so angry still, face still scowling as he did from the morning. And as he was taking off his little storm cloud onesie, he stared at it in resent, in disdain, and he's like, "You ruined my entire day, and now you're this ugly onesie that I have to wear. What am I going to do? I hate you, I hate you, I hate you." While he's just continuously accumulating even more of a misery cloud. And eventually it started to take over his whole room. It was on his rug, onto his stool. It was starting to form around the picture frames. He was laying all over it. It was absolutely everywhere. He just didn't know what to do. He started balling it up like one of those dust balls, of what do you call them? In Vegas they have them, in Arizona they have them. Tumbleweed, right? So he made a tumbleweed ball out of his little misery cloud. And he was just getting so annoyed, kept stepping in it, couldn't get rid of it, just accumulating. It was all over his plants and everything. He was so upset and sad, and he thought that his whole room was going to be completely taken over. Eventually, he just started rolling it like dough. Just started flattening it out because it was everywhere. So he thought, maybe I'll make something. So he took the rolling pin and just started rolling it. And then he rolled it into an angry cloud paper. And he started to fold, and he folded again and again. And he built this giant paper airplane. He opened up his window, which had remnants of angry storm cloud everywhere. And he took his paper airplane, well, his misery cloud airplane, and he pushed it out, and it soared, just like a paper airplane. And he thought, that's kind of fun. So his eyebrows started to return back to normal, just a little bit. And he felt much better because he got rid of his stormy, angry misery cloud. And he got into bed, snuggled all up, and everything went back to normal. And all the other little remnants of misery cloud disappeared in his room. And this plane, this storm cloud paper plane, just soared and soared and soared and took all of the things with it. The end.